Everyone, welcome back to the shop. Gorilla Guitar Repair here. Let's see what we got in the case. Ready? Look at that. That's an amazing looking top. I like it. This is a 2016, I know, Gibson Les Paul Standard Edition, and customer states that it's not really staying all that intonated and staying in tune and not playing right. And so we're going to take a look, see what we can find out. I can already see the bridges on backwards. So yeah, let's get this over the bench and we'll see what we can see. Ready, set, see ya! All right, let's get her over there. You guys hear that? Guitars aren't supposed to do that. Wonder why it's doing that. We shall find out. Let's see, we'll give you guys a little fly over here. But first, we need to power on vintage lumens generator with custom red subscribe button. Nailed it! You guys do the same. I do appreciate it. We're like 9,500 people. Let's break that 10G mark, huh? All right, well, here, check this out. Look at that. That's some nice flamage going on right there. Wow. I like it. It's not too clown bursty. Sometimes these things look really, really like just, you know what I mean? Just way too vibrant. We got, let's see, standard. We have some, let's flip it over here. It looks like we got some Lock and Grover tuners. That's cool. And you know, regular back happening. What is that? Oh, wow. Really? Huh. I don't think the pot is loose. I think it's just the construction of it. Yep. It's got those push pulleys. All four of them right there. You pull, a lot of people don't know this. If you pull all four of these up, it'll make your Les Paul sound exactly like a Strat. No, I'm just kidding. There's probably some splits. There's probably, it could be a phase thing. There could be a boost. There could be I think this one might have the straight out to the jack, where basically one of these will make this pickup bypass all the, well, bypass, it's still going through the circuit board, but bypass all the pots and everything and go this right to that, you know, because that'll, you know, release all your tones. Full tonal release, because it's going to make a ton of difference. Okay, let's plug it in, see if it works. See what we have. All right, there. It works. Up. Cool. All right, let me read the work order just to double check what the complaints were. All right, so it didn't really give me much more information than what I just said. So we'll just check her over. Man, that's a nice looking top. I really like that. A little bit of a stain, like a forearm stain happening right there. I'll clean it up, buff it out. Looks like it has locking hardware on it, which is kind of cool. Now, some people will argue, I say this bridge is on backwards. Here, check it out. And the reason I say that is the saddles are sloped, have the slope side going that way. My opinion, the slope side should go towards that way, towards the tailpiece. I know the original bridges had 3 and 3. I think it should turn around. That's what we're going to do. I also think that it was cut for, let's see, let's check. Oh yeah, it'll work. We're going to flip her around just because I think that's how it should be. Debate me in the comments. Let's check the intonation just to see what we're working with. Ever get a paper cut right where there you go, right there. That's just amazing feeling right now. Like every time I put it on a metal string, it goes right in it. Just the best. That's sharp. So if that one's sharp, then that one's really sharp. Huh. And it's not. I bet these strings are dead. A little flat. I bet this one's really flat. Yep. Okay, let's get these strings off. We also don't need, this could also contribute to some tuning issues here. We'll swing out a little bit. Whoop, out. There we go. These are locking tuners, so you don't necessarily need to have wrappings on the posts, but you can. It's not going to hurt anything, but it'll stay in tune better without the wrappings. So let's do this, and we're going to need some Bosch. Trigger warning. And we'll unlock them. That one was loose, that one was loose, that one was loose, that one was kind of tight. All right. Let's take you guys back down to the other side here. All right. Okay. You guys see? Yep, kind of. Turn you a little bit better. There we go. Whatever. We'll open up this and let you guys take a look at the inside also. There. Wow, those were way more effort than they should have been. Okay, these off of there. Nice thing about locking hardware is when you take your strings off, the bridge doesn't, or the tailpiece doesn't hit the top and slide down the guitar. Is this locked in? Yep, okay. Turn is so much more better. Okay, let's do some, we'll cut in the slots. In this era of Gibson, a lot of people didn't like the necks. I think were extra wide. They didn't do the nibs. They did this anniversary inlay, which a lot of people really didn't like. I don't mind it. I don't mind some of the necks were really so wide it was just like ridiculous. Like, what were you thinking? Things nobody asked for. Can't talk. Things nobody asked for. Do a little starter notch here just so it does not slip. Sometimes when you try the big file on these, it'll like sideways and scratch things up. You don't want that. There we go. That looks way more better. Okay, frets look okay. The fret ends actually are decently dressed, which is nice. They look fairly even, which is also nice. Doesn't look, I think this guitar is fairly new from what I remember the customer saying about it. As far as how long he has owned it, I want to think this was something that had been in the store for a little while, and then he got it and didn't have much mileage on it. I mean, it does look like it's in great shape. We'll just leave this off for now. Oh yeah, we're gonna open up the back and see what we can see. Let's see what kind of operation they got going in there. And we need some more Bosch. All right. Why would they use two different push-pull pots? Does that make any sense? Oh yeah, it does, because these have more terminals. That's why. That's why they did that. Pro tip: a lot of shops have these boards kicking around that actually do different things. So you can basically swap these boards out just by unplugging. There's a few connections here. These things are all just, see that? They just unplug, and you can get different versions and different boards. Most of them all do the split thing. I guess I should have checked and seen what this one actually does when we had it strung up, but here we are. We'll do it after. But yeah, or you can just convert them back to regular versions, which is what a lot of people do, which is why a lot of shops have these boards kicking around, because people buy these, they don't want all this stuff in there, and they just want it to act like a regular guitar. So shops tend to accumulate these boards. I think we have a couple dozen, or we had a couple dozen. They might be over at Manchester Music Mill now. I'm not really sure, but we don't have a lot of call for them. But every now and then somebody wants one, or one of them fails and they want it to be original, so we'll dig through our pile of stuff and find the right one. Anyway, let's get this thing. Oh yeah, man, that's it. Oh, is that this now? No, it's that. Man, that's, I wonder why people change these. Can you guys guess why people change these out? So, oh, that's that. Never mind. That's the bridge. Those click and clack too. Where's my deoxit? Sorry, I'm only operating on half caffeinated brain at this point. I need to finish my coffee. That. There we go. Okay. Sorry about a little camera glitch there. I went to check something and turned it off, and you know how it works. Anyway, let's clean this out. A little bit of deoxification, and there, and there, and there. All right. Let's get this back on there. Whoop. Turn around, stupid. All right. Oh, that's the bridge. What's next? That is next. Let's polish that fretboard out. This board looks fairly unscratched and doesn't have much crud on it, so bit of fuzz there. So I think I'm going to use fret guard instead of scratching up the rosewood with the steel wool. Where's my larger fret guard? Where did it go? Why is my stuff always missing? Did you guys take it? Seriously? All right, hold on. Got it. It's under stuff. So yeah, let's do this, and we'll time lapse this part out because it's boring. Move you guys on this side so you're kind of out of my way. All right, ready, set, time lapse. All right, bring this over here, and we need some mother's metal polish. There it is. Just like that. All right, now we need to go back to the big tool room and buff this thing out. Does it need any other? It could use a little bit there. I think I should have cleaned that first. All right, that's fine. We'll spray this down first. If you try to buff stuff that's stuck to the top, it'll just can make a hot spot and actually burn through your finish, and that'd be really bad. But the buffer doesn't really remove dirt. It'll just kind of actually makes it more permanent. It like bonds it to the top. So you don't want to do that. So clean off as much filth as you can first. Oh boy, messed up the action. It's ruined. Ruined. Oh yeah, I'll hit that with the buffer. Clean it up a little bit. It's like a hazy area there now. But I'll make it nice and shiny again. Not around the knobs. Yeah, it looks okay. Oh yeah, there's some definite little bit of pick wear happening there. But I definitely would not recommend a pick guard on this guitar. It looks so much better without one, in my opinion. What do you guys think? All right, let's get you guys in the other holder. Okay, I don't want to put my hands in that because it'll be all over everything. Let's head out back. Oh, and I'm not using that microphone thing anymore. I didn't like how it made my voice sound. It's too noise canceling. It made it sound kind of muffly, in my opinion. I might try a different mic, but for podcasting and stuff like that mic probably be great. But I don't know. I didn't like the results. Maybe it's my phone. But anyway, back to the original recording style for now. Okay, we are back at the bench and it is a lot shinier. I'm going to clean off the buffer slime as usual, and I'm going to also, I'm covered in it myself. I'm covered in fuzz. So what I'm going to do is clean this off, put some bead and wax on there, let that soak in. I'm going to throw some regular wax on the guitar itself, really make it all nice and shiny, and then I'm gonna go and blow myself off with the buffer. Well, I cannot talk this morning. Air compressor. That's when I blow myself off with. All right, so let's do the regular wax. And I found this stuff. Look at this. Walmart clearance. $3. That was a while ago, but still, this stuff is awesome. Mothers, more Mothers. We like Mothers products. Mothers, why don't you pay me? And get this. Plus, it smells good. You guys smell that? Oh yeah, it's like cherries. It's like, kind of like a new car smell. Getting all that. Yeah. But here, I'll go over here so you guys can actually see the action. Let's take that off there. That can just come right off. Just do this. Go. And now I should have, it's fine. There's no scuffs, no scratches. I could have buffed that if I would have been slightly less lazy, but I don't see any scratches there, so we're gonna just do this. This will look so nice. Man, this is again, really nice looking top. Gotta give Gibson credit sometimes. When they nail it, they usually nail it hard, and they did it this one. I mean, I know some people don't like the 2016 models, and that's fair. There's some fair points there. But so far, I mean, I don't know if it plays like hot garbage. Doesn't look like it. Looks like the frets they're decent. Neck looks decent. It's just, you know, the old fuddy-duddy complaints. You know what? I'm gonna buff that headstock. I remember that this customer was a little apprehensive about leaving this guitar with us, and I get it. It's expensive. You don't want, if you got like a really nice thing, you don't want it damaged, and I don't think he'd have done any business with us as of yet. So he was a little nervous, but let's send this thing back to him in the best possible condition. And this headstock is very, very scuffed and scratched. Look at that. It's all scuffed. But let's take those tuners off. So we're definitely needing a lot more Bosch. Okay. Yeah, look at all those scuffs and scratches. Can you see? You guys see them? There we go. Yeah. All right, I'm just gonna run out back and buff this real quick. You guys chill right here for a second, and we'll show you the before and after. Pause. All right, let's see if I can get it. Look at that. I can't get the light to do what I want it to do, but it is so shiny. Why is it not just reflecting? There we go. That's what I wanted it to do. Look at that. All the shiny. And of course, I'm going to throw a little bit of this wax up here just to really make it extra super duper shiny. We like to make it shiny. All right, now that this is drying, whoop, almost knocked you guys over again. I think this is going to be the last. Well, there's a couple more good blorts that I can get out of there, but this thing's really starting to irritate. Oh, look at it, all over the place. Sometimes it doesn't want to come out, sometimes it comes out too fast. That's what she said. Okay. All right. Oop, missed a spot. There we go. All right, so I'm gonna let this thing sit and chill for a few minutes. I'm gonna drink some more coffee because I obviously need it. And, oh crap, I didn't buff out the truss rod cover. Okay, I'm gonna do that while this is drying. You guys talk amongst yourselves. Okay, we've been sitting for a few minutes now, and I thought I'd take this opportunity to tell you guys that if you want me to work on your stuff, give us a call down here at The Music Techs in Manchester, New Hampshire, 603-625-6110. We would love to work on your stuff. We fix everything from guitars to basses, cellos, violins, keyboards, PA, drums. The only things we really don't do are like home audio stuff, turntables. We don't do pianos. We've had some calls said, but we do have info for a highly qualified piano person. They're not associated with us, but friend of a friend of a friend type of deal. They're really good. So if you guys do want piano stuff, we can refer you, but we don't do that. Anyway, back to this and end of shameless self-promotion for now. Let's wipe off. Use our pretty dirty rag here to get rid of this stuff. Okay. All right, and now we have a nice brandy new clean rag. By the way, you can get rolls of these things. That right there, that. I found the most efficient ones. There's probably like cheaper stuff you can get, but these things, I get them at Walmart for like 15 bucks a roll, and I think like 70 of these in a roll. They work great. Yeah. Oh yeah, look at that top. I thought that top couldn't get any better looking, but here we are. Looks great. I would love to own this guitar, although it's actually probably a little too pretty for me. I would just do something dumb like drop a screwdriver on it or bang it around at a terrible gig somewhere. Oh, look at these. We're gonna change those screws. Those screws are getting rusty. We don't want that. Not on a pretty guitar like this. This guitar does not need any rust yet. I am definitely going for more of a, like, when the guy gets this back, I want him to go, wow. I mean, we want everybody to do that, but especially guys who it's like their first trip in. We want to make sure they come back, and not angrily. All right, look at that. Man, that's a nice looking top. Okay. And oh yeah, the headstock, that's gonna look great. I still have to do the back and sides, but let's get all those parts all over the place. What a mess. Oh, all right. Well, there's a little bit of feet and wax on there, but it'll be fine. It won't hurt anything. Oh yeah. That is so much better. There it is. There's the shot you want. Look at that. That's so much better. All right, flip her over. A little wax on that I missed. Get that. Huh, that's neat. Look at that. It's like the stain, something happened there and didn't quite like permeate right around there, or penetrate, whatever the correct word is. Huh. Interessante. I'll throw some of this on the back also. Come here. This stuff reminds me of the #1 wax. You guys ever seen that in music stores? I don't even know if they still sell it. I haven't seen it in forever. It was really good. And it had like it had a #1 on the tin. And this stuff smells and kind of behaves very much like that stuff. So I wonder if that was the people that were making it. All right, let's let this sit and think about it. I'll do that whole thing again, that's fine. Put this away. There we go, Brazilian. And oh, I'm gonna have to take that back off and clean out, or maybe I can get it with the air compressor. Look at that. I accidentally got like goobers in there. I probably can blow that out of there. I'll bet we can. But oop, did I miss? I missed a spot. Look at that. Fail. Good thing you guys were paying attention, because I saw it in the camera. Did I really miss that? Huh. Maybe I bumped it with my arm. That's possible. Okay, let this dry and pause again. Okay, I think we are nice and dry, or the wax is dry. That's, there you go. All right, you guys gotta get you down here. You guys can see what's happening. Oh yeah. Oh, look at that. That looks so nice. So nice. Looks almost brand new. Okay. Man, that rattling knob would bug me. I don't think those are these either. Let's see. Nope. No, sir, I don't like it. Everything else I like about it. That bugs me. Okay, now got everything all cleaned. Let's put the tunas back on it. Oh yeah, truss rod cover is also now nice and shiny. There we go, all shiny. Okay. We'll time lapse this part out. This will be kind of long and boring also. Okay, now tuners are all back on it. Let's throw the bridge and tailpiece back on and we'll be good to go. Oh, let's pick these back up a little bit. It's about where they were. Oh, that one's a little bit low there. There we go. Nice. Locked. And now we will put our correctly facing bridge back on there after I get rid of the fingerprints and a little bit of finger schmutz on there, right there. Okay. Want everything super duper shiny. Oh yeah, and I gotta get those screws for those pickup rings. Those are not shiny. So let's do that right now. Okay, let's get some of these out. There we go, that'll do. Okay, we're definitely gonna need some more wash. You guys wanted to see what kind of pickups are in it anyway, right? Here we have a Lead Pro. All right. And it says in there LP SPH. All right. Just to wipe up anything that went under there. There we are. And some freshly non-corroded screws. Okay, now that those are all also shiny, keep picking up like pieces of wax that I've missed, and it'll, so I have to go and wipe up all the little wax trails that it leaves. Okay, need strings. Strings. NY XL 946. Excellent string. Let's go up here. And first, get all these aligned. I like to, when I have locking tuners, I like to make all the holes facing straight downward, like that. That one's good. There we go. All right. And make sure they're all in the unlocked position. Start with this one, and this is all you need to do with locking tuners. Just pull it straight through, tighten the back, get that in there, and there we go. Get out of there. Trying to be good about not touching the front of the headstock and leaving fingerprints. I hate seeing fingerprints on guitars that have just been worked on. We actually did have a guy freak out once about fingerprints and dust on his guitar. To be fair, he was a little unstable as it was, and he definitely blew it way out of proportion. But also, I don't like it. He was like saying that we shouldn't, because there was a fingerprint somewhere on his guitar, a little bit of dust, that obviously nothing else was done, so he didn't feel like he should have to pay for something. He was just being a jerk to try to get money, which I think I ended up crediting back, like, I don't know, some money, which shut him up. You get those every now and then. It was one of those things where he even said afterwards, like, oh yeah, it looks great. It's like, okay. So we did the things you asked us to do, and you're unhappy because of a fingerprint. So I try to not leave fingerprints. All right, there's those. Back down here. This is definitely the more exciting side. Okay, plug in. That's way too high. What are you thinking? Okay. Still too tall. Bring that down. And I'm pretty sure the neck's got a little bit of bow. Yeah, a little bit. Neck looks good. Yeah, what do you guys think? Maybe just a little bit of bow to it. Let's just adjust that, shall we? Gibson wrench. All right, check that. That looks pretty good. Let that sit for a second, and check our action. I think the treble side might be good. The bass side might be just a touch low. Let's see if we can. Yeah, you can bend it. All right. That's pretty dang low. I might even bring it up just a little bit anyway, just to. There we go. That's probably better. Yeah, I think we're good. All right, let's check the intonation. A little sharp, dude. Okay, now we'll start there, right around in the middle. Okay, we're close. We're close. Let's try that. And then we'll try that one there. G looks a little bit forward, like that much. D's probably all right, A's probably all right. E could be close. I'm betting this bridge got switched around at some point. Oh, it's too high. There it is. Ooh, a little flat. Let's try that. There it is. Bet this is gonna be a little flat. Yep. Nope. Had a screw stuck to the screwdriver. Oh, that wasn't in the thing. I wonder if that's gonna make a difference. There it is. Let's check that A where it is. I bet it needs to go forward, but Looks like it's string wasn't quite settled in yet. Do we have a failing locking tuner? Oh, look at this. Check this out. So I had this up like this. Let's tune up the pitch. I'll give it a little. Look at that. All right, so what I'm going to do is release that a little bit, pull it through, bring it back, just less of an angle on the dangle here. We're going to wrap this one a little more. Maybe that's why these are wrapped like that before. Because why is that not? It looks like it's grabbing. Huh. All right, well, I was just gonna be like, I like these Grover locking tuners, but well, I mean, it still works. Maybe the threads weren't lined up. That's better. Are they all doing that? No? D's fine. E dropped a little, but to be expected. Plain strings aren't slipping. That's weird. Maybe I had that shaft a little bit cross-threaded. I guess that's possible. It seems to be okay now, though. Anyway, back to this. So. Oh, right on. Cool. Just a little flat on that one, maybe. Customer was questioning whether or not the bridge was actually on backwards, and being that a lot of the strings were pretty dang close, I'm going to say it was definitely on backwards. Maybe a little more on that one. Okay. Excellent. See if the neck moves at all. Yeah, looks good. I think we're okay. Need to clip these strings, and I think we'll be good to go. Where did the clippers? There they are. I think this guitar is going to work out just fine. I might mention that A string tuner might be a little weird. Or if he sees this video, he'll see it himself. I did give him a card, so maybe he'll see this video. If you see this video, say hey in the comments. It's a cool guitar. I would definitely play it. All right, let's give it a one final wipe down. Any fingerprints? We know we don't like those. Cool. Give you guys a tone test. Maybe I'll go out and, you guys want to hear it through the good amp? You probably do. Let's go out front. You guys want to go out front, don't you? Of course you do. Let's get this truss rod cover back on. And then we'll go out front and we'll plug into the egg beater and we'll do some distortion. Oh, almost knocked you guys over again. Where are my screws? There's one. That one. Oh yeah, this is, even though it's a 2016, I would still play this guitar, no problemo. Remember once I changed out this inlay for one of these things, and boy, did I get crap for that. Oh my God. I had to fill in the edges, and it didn't look amazing, but it looked, it didn't look terrible. Okay. But yeah, I got so much crap for that. Okay, let's get you guys this angled upward. And let's go out front. Oh, unplug. Bring a pick, bring a pick. All right. I mean, when they're really cool guitars like this one, you gotta play them through the good amp. Oh, lights are off out here. Spooky. Ooh. Let's put this. Is there a stand? There's a stand. Right there. Okay. In front of that sweet country style bowling shirt. Okay. Put this on. Don't stop believing. All right, we'll bring you guys here and get this dialed in. Okay, maybe on this direction. Here we go. How do I like that? All right, pause. All right, let's see if this thing makes much difference. Okay.